Friends, today I'm going to discuss about the mindset of poor, middle class and rich from Robert Kiyosaki's book Rich Dad Poor Dad. In this book we will break down some of the best lessons Kiyosaki shares to help you become financially literate. So let's dive in. Robert Kiyosaki had two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. While poor dad was his real father, who highly educated with PhD and so intelligent. He completed his undergraduate degree in only 2 years. While, on the other hand, the rich dad, who is his best friend father, did not even finish the 8th grade. While both men worked hard, both were successful and earned a lot of money. There was always one who struggled with money and the other, dad, he became one of the richest men in Hawaii. While Robert both fathers have teach different things to Robert. The poor dad, who was his own father, told Robert, study hard so you can find a good company to work. But on the other hand, his rich dad, who was his friend father, told Robert, study hard so you can find a good company to buy and generate employments to others. His poor dad used to say, Robert, don't take risk. While on the other hand, his rich dad used to say, learn to manage risk. The poor dad, who was his own dad, told Robert that love of money is the root cause of all problems and advised Robert not to think about expensive things at all and said the expensive things make us greedy person. Whereas the rich dad, who was his friend father, told Robert the lack of money is the root cause of all problems and he advised Robert find ways to buy all things he wanted. Instead of saying I can't afford it, ask how can I afford it, because this stimulates the brain to take action. While poor dad invests time and effort in education, he did not have any knowledge on investing. On the other hand, his rich dad was very skilled in the investment game because all he did. Robert used to see his both father with different thinking and watch their progress. And when he was 9 years old, he realized that his rich dad made much more sense than his poor dad. So he listened his rich dad advice and followed that. And after that he also earned crores. While his first father remained poor for life. While one of the first things Robert learned from his rich dad is financial literacy, which means difference between liabilities and assets. While according to Robert, an asset is something which puts money in your pocket, while liabilities mean something which takes money out of your pocket. While rich become richer because they make assets. On the other hand, middle class only spend their money on liabilities. While for example, Rita and Geeta are two good friends. While both work in same company, same salary, every month when they get their salary, Rita spends all her salary on new clothes, food, phone, car, etc. from which she feels rich. But she did not understand that all these things are liabilities which takes her money out of her pocket, whose values decrease from time to time and does not give any profit in future. But Geeta is different from Rita. She did not buy all these things until that things are not necessary for her. She always gives money to herself first, from which she buy assets, just like bonds, real estate, mutual funds, and learn skills to improving herself, which gives money for her next. After 4 years, Geeta became millionaire, and Rita always complained about her low salary, and blamed that low salary is her reason to be middle class. While a poor person cash flow is something like this. They got money and spend on necessary things only. While a middle class person's cash flow is slightly different from poor. They got money, spend on necessary things and liabilities. That's why there is not much difference between middle class and poor. While mostly middle class thinks that their house is their assets, that is not true. Your house never give you money until you give it to rent. While rich person have a cash flow like this. They got money, they make assets first and spend on liabilities with the money made from these assets. So that's why they become rich, because the source of their income goes to increase continuously. While the only difference between poor, middle class and rich is that the poor or the middle class people first spend their money on expenses and at last they pay to themselves, which for the most time he could not even save himself for something. nor does he investing on any assets. But the same, rich people first pay to themselves and later they spend on expenses. If you want to become rich, remember these things. It's not how much money you make that matter. It's matter how much money you keep and where you spend. If you don't know how and where to invest your money, you never be rich. So always spend your money first on that things which give you money when you need in future, not on things which make you poor always. To follow all these things, we need much self-discipline, much practice we need. Sometimes you also face financial problem, but first of all, you have to pay for yourself. When you follow self-discipline, then understand you has taken first step towards to become rich. I share all this useful information from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you find this video useful for you, then like, comment and share to your family, friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Readers so I can make this kind of useful videos for you. Thanks for watching.